Coming up on 5 Minute News. Senate committee approves bill for standards on Supreme Court. People forced to ration AC in Phoenix heat. And Republican leader denies deal with Trump to expunge impeachments. It's Friday, July 21. I'm Anthony Davis. The Supreme Court would have to abide by stronger ethics standards under legislation approved on Thursday by the Senate Judiciary Committee, a response to recent revelations about donor-funded trips by justices. The bill faced united opposition from Republicans, who said it could destroy the court. The legislation has little chance to make it through the full Senate. The panel voted along party lines to set ethics rules for the court and a process to enforce them, including new standards for transparency around recusals, gifts, and potential conflicts of interest. Democrats first published the legislation after reports earlier this year that Justice Clarence Thomas participated in luxury vacations and a real estate deal with a top GOP donor, and after Chief Justice John Roberts declined to testify before the committee about the ethics of the court. Since then, news reports also revealed that Justice Samuel Alito had taken a luxury vacation with a GOP donor. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Dick Durbin said the legislation would be a crucial first step in restoring confidence in the court. He said that if any of the senators sitting in the room had engaged in similar activities, they would be in violation of ethics rules. The same is not true of the justices across the street, Durbin said. The legislation comes after years of increasing tension and increasing partisanship on the committee over the judiciary. Disgraced former President Donald Trump nominated 3 conservative justices to the Supreme Court, all of whom were confirmed when Republicans were in the Senate majority and with considerable opposition from Democrats. The court has, as a result, shifted sharply to the right, overturning the nationwide right to an abortion and other societal norms. Temperatures have peaked at or above 110 degrees Fahrenheit the entire month of July in Phoenix, Arizona. Air conditioning, which made modern Phoenix even possible, is a lifeline. When a cloudless sky combines with outdoor temperatures of over 100 Fahrenheit, your house turns into an air fryer or broiler as the roof absorbs powerful heat and radiates it downward, said Jonathan Bean, co-director of the Institute for Energy Solutions at the University of Arizona. Bean knows this not only from his research, he also experienced it firsthand this last weekend when his air conditioner broke. This level of heat we are having in Phoenix right now is enormously dangerous, particularly for people who either don't have air conditioning or cannot afford to operate the AC, said Evan Mallon, a senior analyst for Georgia Institute of Technology's Urban Climate Lab. Yet some are cutting back on AC, trying to bear the heat, afraid of the high electricity bills that will soon arrive. Many also lack a support network of family and friends they can turn to in case of air conditioner breakdowns. Breakdowns can be serious. Models from Georgia Tech show that indoors can be even hotter than outdoors, something people in poorly insulated homes around the world are well acquainted with. A single-family one-story detached home with a large flat roof heats up by over 40 degrees in a matter of hours if they don't have air conditioning, Mallon said. The Salvation Army has some 11 cooling stations across Phoenix, said Lieutenant Colonel Ivan Wild, commander of the organization's Southwest Division. He said some of the people visiting now can't afford their electricity bills or don't have adequate air conditioning. The Salvation Army estimates that since May 1st, they've provided nearly 24,000 people with heat relief and distributed nearly 150,000 water bottles in Arizona and southern Nevada. Marilyn Brown, Regents Professor of Sustainable Systems at Georgia Tech, said that high air conditioning bills also force people to cut spending in other areas, often in order to run their air conditioner. They might have to give up on some medicine or gasoline for their car to go to work or school. That's why we have such an alarming cycle of poverty. It's hard to get out of it, especially once you get caught up in the energy burden and poverty, Brown added. The top Republican in the U.S. House of Representatives said on Thursday he did not promise Donald Trump that he would pass a measure aimed at expunging the former president's 2 impeachments. There's no deal, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said, following a report that he'd made such an agreement with Trump, the current frontrunner for his party's 2024 presidential nomination. Trump's House allies are rallying around him as he braces for a pair of potential criminal indictments for his attempts to overturn his 2020 election defeat, one from U.S. Special Counsel Jack Smith and the other in Fulton County, Georgia. Number 4 House Republican Elise Stefanik and hardline Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene last month introduced a bill aimed at expunging Trump's historic 2 impeachments. Senate Republicans voted to acquit him despite high crimes and misdemeanors. Trump said on Tuesday he'd received a letter from Jack Smith stating that he is the target of a grand jury investigation into efforts to overturn his 2020 election defeat. That would be his 3rd criminal indictment since leaving office. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.